Jeez, another professional sports podcast. You bet. You bet. This is Sports and Stuff Like That, a new podcast special hosted by Joseph, Flores, and Novello.
So hey guys, welcome to Sports and Stuff Like That. I'm Joe, this is Flores and Novello. Today we have a very special guest, MMA star Albert the Warrior Morales, right here. I want to thank you for being on, man. It's a pleasure to have you on, especially as MMA fans, you know. One thing that I want to say, as an MMA fan myself and for all the fans, first things first, we want to know a little bit about yourself. So go ahead and take the stage, bro. Introduce yourself, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. So I'm Albert, the Belizean Warrior Morales. I changed my name.
There you go.
Somewhere. I used to be Albert the Warrior.
Okay.
But then I started doing a lot of projects in Belize. Going over there trying to go sport MMA.
Dope.
And so we just took on the Belizean Warrior. My mom's from Belize.
Okay.
Let me see. I don't know my record. As soon as I started losing, honestly, I stopped giving a fuck. Like I was just like, you know what? Like it's all about winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just get the wins.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm a UFC vet. Fought for Bellator. Most, major organizations out here, in the United States, I fought for. Been around the world a little bit, for fighting. And, I'm on my way back or working my way back to the UFC. I'm on my way back,
There you go, bro. And we're waiting for it, bro.
Yeah.
First thing that I wanted to say first, bro, for everyone as well, for myself. What is it that got you into combat sports? What age did you start? So on and so forth, bro. That's what we're really interested in.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I got into MMA pretty late. I mean, yeah, I'll say late.
Okay.
21.
No way.
Yeah. I grew up, I had a stepdad.
Okay.
And, he did jujitsu at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so he introduced MMA to me probably like around like 5th grade. That's when I can remember. But he never took me. He didn't want to show me because I was a knucklehead. I would get into fights. Like I would fight coaches. Like I was crazy, man. I was a little nut. And my stepdad said like, yo, I don't want to teach you because you might use it and hurt somebody, you know? And that was something that he always told me, but I knew about MMA. Yeah. I never trained. I never did any of that stuff. I played football for the most part.
For sure.
And then, I ended up getting busted. Yeah. It wasn't my first time, but I ended up getting busted and I did like a year straight in the county. And, during that year, my girlfriend at the time was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
So, she before we saw the first ultrasound, the day actually I was going to see the ultrasound, they actually revoked my bail when I went to court and took me to jail.
Damn.
And then like somewhere down the line, about like maybe months before she was about to give birth, I found out that there's no way I'm going to be able to get out for her birth.
Yeah.
And because my dad wasn't there, I was like, I gotta be there. Yeah. Right. And so, I knew like somewhere, cause I was still turned up in jail. Like I was an idiot. But when that happened, like that realizing like, I'm not going to see my kid. Yeah. I was like, well, that shit, that's crazy. And I thought like I could go this way, I could go that way so I can see my kid. So I was like, boom. And, coincidentally, sometime around then, The Ultimate Fighter came on TV and it was on FX at the time. Right. And so FX, they usually don't play fights in jail. Cause they don't want us to get riled up, but they'll show us movies, you know what I mean? Crazy movies. So it doesn't make sense.
Like it's not the same thing.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyways, FX had movies, right? And after the movie, I forgot what movie it was. I wish I remember, but after, like I was playing cards. It was store night. So we were up a little bit late. The guards let us play. And after the movie was Ultimate Fighter. And usually what would happen was they'd cut it out. But I remember like a couple weeks like before, the guard would actually let it go a little bit and then he would change it. So you could tell he was a fan, right? A fan of MMA.
Yeah.
But but this one night he let it run, right? And I remember he was letting it run. Everybody's like, nah, put a movie, put some sports. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I was like, yeah, because I was like, hey, man, I watched that when I grew up. I mean, when I was coming up, like my stepdad showed me that, like, and then we're playing cards, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that shit. Yeah, I'm gonna do that shit when I get out. And my homie was like, shut up, fool, play your hand, whatever. Right?
Believe it.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
like, bro, I never had a job at that
Damn.
point. You know what I mean? I hadn't done shit. And, the next day was like visiting. I went to see my girl, saw my mom. I was like, hey, when I get out, I'm gonna be an MMA fighter. And they're like, my girl was like, all right, whatever. She didn't even know what it was. She was like, you know what? Whatever, like, whatever. Like, get out and take care of your kid. And then my mom was like, fool, like, chill. Go get a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do
A
something.
real job?
Yeah, exactly. Go get a real job. Go to school. Like, that's one thing she wanted me to do.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that was it, dude. Like, eventually, like 6 months later, I got out. I met my daughter, like, she was about 5-6 months. I got out. I was 21. So I bought my first beer.
First things first.
I was like, I told myself I'm gonna buy my beer legally for the first time.
Yeah.
I got my beer. And then I looked up I Googled the first MMA gym that was closest, and boom, that was the rest of history. It was Elite Training Center. I haven't, from there I just went.
You just walked in there, or what was the process from like?
I don't
It
know.
had to be a big step in your life, So I'm sure you had to like. Did nothing held you back at all, or you just had to, you're set on it,
Yeah, man. Like I already knew I was gonna come out and do this. Like I started doing I started like putting my routine to like work out. I was working out all the time, like in jail. Like so I started doing extra push-ups. You know what I mean? Extra sit-ups, running a little bit during yard. So I already had in my mind that I was gonna find a gym. Right. Luckily, my mom, she had relocated to Torrance because I grew up in the Valley, and then she moved to Torrance, which is a completely different area.
Yeah.
Thank God, because there was a gym right there, like not too far away. But I just Googled it. I pulled up. I don't know. I think I had like $200, like
Damn.
something like some little money. I mean, I lived at home still.
Yeah.
My mom was still taking care of me, but I had like a little bit extra cash. I think it was for my birthday. And I was like, all right, I went to the gym. How much does it cost? They're like, oh, it's da-da-da-da. We'll give you a special. We'll give you all your gear. It came out to being like right around $200, but it was first and last.
Oh,
So I had my first and last covered. You feel me? Like, I was like, all right, cool. And I'm in, and I went there, and I didn't know how I was gonna get the other shit, right? But I knew when I got there, I was like, I'm gonna make the most of my opportunity, and I would go in like at 10 o'clock, and I would train all the classes till like it was done, so that was like around like maybe at 12 or 1.
Okay.
Take that break, and then when the classes start back up at 4, I was there till the end of the night. I was just doing it, And it's Redondo Beach, bro. Like, I mean, I had long hair because I grew my hair out in jail.
For sure.
And so I didn't look like a complete outsider, you know what I mean? But the way I acted, the way I spoke, it was different, man. Like, this is Redondo. Luckily, I was at a cool gym, and they showed me nothing but love. Yeah. But for sure, it wasn't like, oh, yo, opening arms at first. You know what I mean? That's not disrespect. I don't fucking open my arms to anybody. You know what I mean? So it's not like that. But I felt that way at the time, But we made it happen, bro. Every day, and little by little, like, it came to the point where I couldn't afford. Like, I told them, I was like, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for my next month, and they're like, well, you can clean the gym to pay for your tuition. So I started cleaning the gym. I would have my daughter with me because my baby mama was going to. I hate using that word, but my ex was she was going to work, and she was grinding. Like I shout, I appreciate her so much, but she was grinding. She was working to make sure that we had a spot. You know what I mean? We had rent covered or whatever, right? And so luckily, like, I trained to pay for my tuition, so that wasn't an expense. Like, good thing, like, I've always been blessed to have opportunities like that.
For sure.
But from there, I got into teaching. Like, the guys were there working, like, hey man, how would you like to help out the kids program?
For sure.
You got kids, you want to work out, boom. So I started learning how to teach. I started teaching actually before I started fighting MMA. So yeah.
So you basically, you're good at it once you can teach it, right? That's something like that.
Because there's a lot of fools that don't know shit.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, because imagine, like, you guys don't really know, you guys watch it.
Yeah, we watch.
Someone that doesn't know, they want to say self-defense. They're going to look it up. Google's going to put whoever. Anybody can literally go on Google and say, I'm a self-defense instructor. Yeah. They don't know shit. Like, have you seen the Urban Tactic guy?
Oh, yeah. Bro, he's coming out with UFC stuff. He came out with
that's all. That's
a marketing.
It's smart.
Promotion.
He's like big on TikTok and everywhere else.
That's a marketing.
They just haven't. Yeah, it really is though. That's
smart guy. But some people believe that. I thought he was trolling, but he's not really trolling because my homie, who owns a gym called Systems Training Center, actually hit him up. And that fool actually pulled up to the gym. No way. Yeah, he pulled up to the gym, and you should check it out. It's Marcus Kowal on Instagram, and that fool, he's bad at. He's an MMA fighter too. He's pretty dope.
For sure.
That fool, he just like, they would break down techniques. Literally, like, you ever seen like, Max Kellerman and like before the boxing fights?
Yeah.
Max on boxing?
Yeah, exactly. It was just like that. Like, they were just talking, breaking down techniques, and then they broke down the technique and see how he did it. And he's full of shit, you know what I mean?
But what is it exactly that he teaches?
Self-defense. He's like, he's supposed to be like some like, I don't know if he's a cop or
It's
I don't
like
know.
a tactical self-defense.
He's always posting stuff inside.
He just like, I just see him always like take the gun from someone or some shit like that, you know?
There are techniques, you know, that like I know guys that do Krav Maga and Lotar and all kind of stuff like that. There's legit, I mean, if a gun's pointed at you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like, it's either you just let that fool do what he's gonna do.
No one's bulletproof.
Yeah.
We always say that. No one's bulletproof.
Straight up, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up. But like, I mean, there's techniques, you know what I mean? Like ways to help you have a chance, you know, and if you're ready, then you don't gotta get ready. But I don't know, man.
That's
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Let's go back a little bit. So you said 21, right? That's when you started training.
Yeah.
And when did you make that jump from training to pro? Like, that's crazy. You went pro, you starting late. And you're part of the UFC. I don't know if that's your first promotion at all, but you know, what was your first promotion? And how did you get to the pro status? How did you get to the pro ranks?
So let me see. So I don't know. My mindset was UFC from the day I got out of jail.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't understand like you have to go through amateurs. Technically, you don't have to go through amateurs. Technically, you can go pro if you want to, but amateurs is for you. You know what I mean? You want to get your reps in. Exactly, right? Yeah. So, I mean, I was ready to compete, like, as soon as I got there. Like, as soon as I started understanding technique, I was like, yo, I want to compete. That's actually why I left that gym, was because, I just wanted to compete. I started doing jiu-jitsu as much as I can. Like, I was like, I ended up signing up for a tournament where they didn't want me to go. And, cause they wanted to be a team. And I was like, I'm trying to,
solo.
I'm trying to be great. No, I was on a mission, dude. Like, I don't have time to wait. I figured I'm 21 years old. I'm late to the game. You know what I mean? Like, let's go. Exactly. And so I ended up leaving that gym. I fell in love with I was doing good. Jiu-jitsu is probably my strong point. Like, I would say like naturally jiu-jitsu came. Like, I'm down to scrap. Like, that's like fighting. I was always down to fight first. Throw hands. I thought kicking was lame. You know what I mean? It was just hands. But naturally what came to me was jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? And, so I picked up that quick. I started competing as much as I can. Actually, about a year from when I started, I would say about a year, I was almost focused only on jiu-jitsu. I was like, I gave up on MMA. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be a pro at this. I want to win the world championship at white, blue, purple, brown, black. Yeah. That's what I wanted. And then, that never happened. I wish, dude. I tried, but not. But then my homie, who's in the UFC right now, his name is Christos Giagos, he hit me up and he's like, he wasn't in the UFC at the time. He was like, but he trained with me at that gym that I started at. Okay. He's like, he ended up leaving too because of the same thing. Like, you know, he needed to find a spot. He's like, hey dude, like, come over here. Like, we're really, like, we're about fighting. Like, pull up. So I'm like, but I can't afford it. Like, don't even trip. I already talked to the coach. Like, pull up. So I was like, say less. Yeah. Boom. I went over there. About 6 months later, I took my first amateur fight. So probably like a year and a half from when I started training to taking my amateur fights.
That's fast, bro. That's something, because we had heard that about you, that like from being like starting
like a late
it.
bloomer, you know, into the game and then jumping right into the pros, you know. So that's like interesting to us because, I mean, never too late.
At any sport, bro. Like,
yeah, we're getting older, but fighting, bro, like, you know,
at any sport.
It, so. So that interested us a lot, right? You know, but
I was thinking, because we always hear like you have to do something for like 10 years to be like great at it or whatever. So like for you to do it in a year, like you must have crammed a lot of it like in it, right? So that's what I was saying. Like you said, you were taking like every class, but did you do like Monday through Sunday? Did you have any off days? How'd that go for you?
I did like Monday through Saturday.
All right, for sure.
Yeah, like Saturday was
overtime.
Like, Saturday was like, but I mean for the gym, it only had like 2 classes. So it wasn't like a super crazy day. And then but see, that was like that class. And then once I got into that fight team, I mean, even at jiu-jitsu, I was going both classes. Yeah. But once I got to that fight team, it was fucking all gas, no brakes. And I didn't have a whip. I didn't learn how to drive, or I didn't get my license till I was in the UFC. Damn. And I was like I was 24 when I got to the UFC. Okay. So like I had to take the bus every day. Yeah. Like I was waking up at 6 to get to the gym by 9. Damn. You know what I mean? Train
for sure.
So it was a grind, a lot of work.
Something that I want to ask too, like for people that don't know, and myself included, but I think I know a little bit more than just someone that doesn't. what is jiu-jitsu exactly? And how is that like as a combat sport? How would you explain that to someone that doesn't know what it is?
It's kind of,
I feel like everyone knows like, oh, well, he's punching, he's kicking,
yeah.
he's grabbing him, right? But like jiu-jitsu, how would you explain that to someone?
I would say like jiu-jitsu people say it's like human chess, right? That's when you want to talk about like the game of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Right? But overall, jiu-jitsu is grappling. It's like tussling when you're in close with somebody and they focus on the ground because they say like there's a percentage. I think it's like 80% of fights end up on the ground.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Or some, I don't know.
Yeah, some percentage.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But it was like some crazy percentage where they
Yeah.
end up in the ground. I mean, I don't know. I never ended up on the ground in a street fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't recommend that, bro. Like, honestly, like, I love jiu-jitsu. I got my team tatted on my hands. I'll do it forever.
Yeah.
But like, if you're on the ground, you know, if like, let's say someone's on top of you mounted, like, this was gotta come in there and kick that guy in the head.
the head,
you know?
yeah.
Like, or else you're gonna get your arm broken. Or like, if you don't know what you're doing,
Yeah.
I mean, someone can hop in easily and you're going to be in a bad spot,
Yeah.
you know? So I wouldn't recommend it. So, I mean, unless you got your homies around you or if it's a quick thing. I mean, that's what good jiu-jitsu is good for because as soon as you get on the ground, right, let's say he fucking bum rushes you, you fall on the ground, you hip and roll, bump and roll, now you're on top. Now you know what's up, dude. You know what I mean?
And he has no clue how to defend it.
And majority of people don't, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, I would say that it's ground fighting, you know? For like professional fighting, that's what it is. Jiu-jitsu is ground fighting.
Okay.
I mean, you can, there are positions where you can do stuff on the top, like standing up, but it's mainly on the ground.
Yeah.
That's the ground part.
Because I see like, there's like tournaments with like gi and then no gi, right?
Yeah,
So I was going to also ask, how is that different? As far as like gi and no gi, how do you feel with that?
I love it. A lot of MMA fighters focus on no gi. No gi is, usually you wear a rash guard or you can go shirtless.
Okay.
And you can wear shorts or tights or whatever the heck you want. And then gi is where you're wearing the karate gi, the karate kimono, right? Yeah. I love those things.
Bro, I just feel like, I don't know, I see it like tournaments. I have like two cousins also that do BJJ. So I've seen them without it and with it. And I see it's like different grappling because they actually hold on to that shit, bro. So I just want to ask, like, how is that different?
Yeah, way different, man. See, in the gi, you have more to grab.
Yeah.
There's actual chokes.
That's crazy.
Shit, my bad. There's actual chokes. There's ways to control a lot better. Like let's say, you know how the gi goes like this, right? Yeah. I can pull your lapel out, find a way to like get it around your hip, and now your hip is pinned down. Or, you know, use it to come across your neck. There's a lot of things. It's a lot harder than no gi. Like, I mean, they're both hard. And I guess people could say no gi is a little bit more realistic, right? Cause I mean, but shit, you fight with shirts, you know what I mean? You
can still pull it.
100%. So I don't know about that one, but, in no-gi, you can scramble a lot more. It's harder to control. So like if you're in a position where you're stuck, you can use like your athleticism or being wet, slippery, can get out. Yeah. So it's a lot, easier, I guess, in that. Well, it's kind of hard because you got to be able to control that guy too. Yeah. But as far as in the gi, there's just a lot more weapons, a lot more tools. So it becomes even more of a chess match. Yeah. So
something that I've seen also on social media that I didn't know before. So it was guys like competing, right? It was BJJ. And they're like slapping each other too. Is that something that's like legal? I'm like, what? I'm like, I know it's jiu-jitsu, but I'm like, what part of it is it? Yeah. So what does that like fall under?
That's called combat jiu-jitsu. So that's this new thing created by Eddie Bravo. He wanted, he wanted to test.
I've heard of him before. Joe Rogan brings him up, I think.
Yeah, that's Joe Rogan's coach.
Instagram account not too long ago.
Yeah, for sure.
He's Joe Rogan's coach. He's
shit.
Yeah, he created this system called the 10th Planet. Okay. And he's a John. He's like an old school guy. Like he's from he's old school. Eddie Bravo, like his 10th Planet's his organization, but he got his black belt from a guy named Jean-Jacques Machado. Okay. And that fool is badass. That fool has like 2 fingers and like chokes out everybody.
What the?
Yeah, he's a legend. You should check that fool out. But 10th Planet is like, you'll see 10th Planet everywhere. D-Rod rocks with 10th Planet.
Right?
Yeah.
From 10th Planet, I don't know.
He's from downtown. Well, he's from Alhambra.
Alhambra.
That's where I live. I think he grew up in Alhambra, so we heard of him because of that.
Yeah, but he that's the homie. Yeah, that fool, he trains at 10th Planet.
Covina, I think now.
Well, I don't know about now. I know now he trains a lot with Cowboy, and I know he's in Vegas a lot.
The BMF ranch.
Yeah. But when he was in downtown HQ. That's when I knew him. When we knew each other, it was at HQ. And then he trains at the Yard, or used to train at the Yard. But 10th Planet, Eddie Bravo, Yeah, he created the system, the
Slap.
slap jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
because he wanted something. He's always been a fan of MMA. Like, that's why 10th Planet is only no gi. Like, they don't practice at the gi at all. It's one of the only gyms that really does, like, only no gi. Like, they belt you with rash guards. Like, you know what I mean? But, no, and they come up with some dope shit. They're all stoners. Like, not all stoners. A lot of them are stoners.
ideas.
Yeah. No, they're cool, bro. I like 10th Planet.
Yeah.
I be talking shit because I'm crossing Gracie, but I like 10th Planet. And he's always been about MMA. You know, like, he wants to promote, like, real shit. Like, how we can use jiu-jitsu for real.
Yeah.
So first he did the no-gi, he started this EBI, then he did the combat jiu-jitsu, which is now you can slap each other. You can palm strike too.
No
you can
way.
palm strike, slap, yeah. You can't slap while you're standing though. Like, if you're standing, there's no slapping to the face. But it's when you're on the ground, you can. And that's like, because if you're in a position where you have his arm and you're on top, right, you just smack him. He's either going to let you smack him where you can TKO him,
Yeah.
or he's going to do something which is going to open up the arm.
Arm bar or something, right?
Exactly.
Damn.
Right?
So it's more like it's like realistic, right? Like more
Realistic
realistic
jiu-jitsu.
instead of just like, oh, this guy can't tap me if I'm here.
Yeah.
You know? That's
Exactly.
sick. I just saw it on Instagram, like, damn, like now you could slap? I thought it was the same thing, but I guess it's combat jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's combat jiu-jitsu.
That's sick. Yeah, because I hear Joe Rogan, like, religiously, bro, he talks about jiu-jitsu so much, and I didn't even know Joe Rogan was like that before, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, this dude like trains like for real. Like him and I'm always hearing Jocko. You know Jocko Willink?
Yeah,
Like
Jocko.
military dude?
Yep.
I always hear them two talk about jiu-jitsu all the time. And same thing you just said. He's like, it's a chess match. Sometimes you see these bigger dudes, muscular dudes, and it's like those smaller, thinner guys because they're smart.
Yeah.
It's like a chess match while you're doing that. And it hypes me up, bro. Like, I really want to try it out, man.
You
Just
should,
because,
man.
like, if you're a smart person, like, they're saying, like, you'll be good at it. Like, no doubt.
That's fun, man. And a lot of it is just reps on reps. But like, yeah, once you understand the game,
Yeah.
that shit's fun. Cause it's literally like you're like your game versus your game. You know what I mean? And it's like, I can't let you connect your game and I gotta establish my game. You know what I mean? It's the game of opposites. If I want this, you want this. If I want this, you want this. So
But like, it looks so like, sometimes when you look at it, it's like, oh, well, he just kind of rolled over him or he just rolled over, but obviously it's more complex than that.
Yeah.
So what is that? How do you get to that when it looks like, well, I have his ankle, you have my ankle. Where do you go from there? Especially if you can't stand up.
that's
and
a
strike.
weird position right
That's
there.
crazy, man. Like, I don't get like how that works. I look at it and I know like BJJ, like it's complex, but it's like, dude, it looks like they're doing nothing.
Yeah.
And that's when refs pull you apart, you know? So
Yep.
where do you go from there? Like, what is it that you do? What's your step as you're saying like your chess match against mine?
So
What do you do there?
So like, a good example of that. So what you said was like 2 ankle locks. That happens.
Yeah, like
that happens. Like where they look like they're doing some weird shit. You know what I mean? Like,
scissoring real
yeah,
quick.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what they look like. They're doing,
Yeah.
you know? And that's the running meme. But the thing is that because people started doing that so much, it actually became a position. It's called 50-50 guard because both
What
guys
the hell?
are choosing to sit on their butts.
Okay.
Right? Because if you notice, like a lot of jiu-jitsu guys will play on their back and they'll try to freaking like, they'll get submissions from it, right? But there's also a top part of jiu-jitsu, you know, like Khabib style, where
Yeah.
Khabib's like passing, pressuring. He does sambo, but it's the same thing.
Okay.
So you got the bottom, you got the top. A good way that I could explain that is like an underhook. Okay.
Okay.
An underhook is when I'm like underneath your arm, right?
Yeah.
And I'm on the ground, right? So now that I have this underhook, it's a lot harder for you to press into me. Right? So you're seeing this guy's holding him.
Yeah.
Like he's just laying there,
Yeah.
right? But no, in reality, I have this underhook and I'm probably pressing into you right now. Right? So you don't see that, but like people who watch are like, oh shit, this one's got an underhook right now. This one ain't gonna get out. You know, so now it's his job is to get into the underhook or whatever like that. So you use that to like get past people's legs and apply pressure, set up submissions. Like there's something called a crossface where I bring this guy, right? And it goes behind your neck, but my bicep is like driving your head this way.
Yeah.
And I can continue like just to drive your face, and that's torquing you to go this way.
Yeah. No, you have to turn.
Exactly.
Damn.
And then that's going to open up your back or whatever the heck I want to get from that situation.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. Like, I see it all the time. It looks so simple, bro, but I'm like, dude, I know there's more to that. There's no way these guys are just taking a little break, you know? Because that's what it looks like sometimes.
Sometimes it is, dude.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, if you have an underhook and you're tired, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because now you're in a dominant position.
Yeah.
You don't got to move right away. You know what I mean? Like there's times to take a break. Not when you're on the bottom. This we should be moving, not be down with the underhook.
Yeah. What are some of like the more like, because I hear of the like some like, all right, rear naked choke, guillotine, there's like Darce choke, I
Yeah,
think.
like
So what's the Darce choke again? Like I hear those ones. Like how is it that you do that one?
So the whole thing with the Darce is you're doing an arm triangle. So an arm triangle is like, so whenever you connect this guy, right? So this is your arms inside the triangle. So this part of your shoulder is going to be choking you.
Okay.
Right? And I'm going to have my side of my bicep choking you on that side. So you're going to be stuck inside this triangle as your head is in here. So this is choking you on this side, right? Cutting off your arteries. And then my arm is choking you off on this side. Right? So you can get like an arm triangle from the ground, like just on top. But a darce is where you actually kind of like slide underneath and then you catch it. And the cool thing about darces is that you catch them when someone goes for a takedown and you stop the takedown, right? You get your hips away. Okay. So then his arms are like this.
So you got him.
So you go right underneath, right there. And then you lock it in. And the thing is, they're really hard to defend. Like
once you got it locked in.
Yeah, cause they hurt. They hurt they hurt. Like
100% success rate, you think?
100%. Yeah. I got a pretty good darce defense. Like there's times where people got a darce, right?
Yeah.
You can't continue to go for the takedown. This one's got your neck, right? So you just gotta abandon ship and do everything to defend this choke. Yeah. So one defense that I do is I'll just freaking roll over on my back. And I'll give them, now they can easily step over to the mount, which is like a dominant position.
Yeah, full mount. Full mount.
Right? But I know that they can do that. They can't choke me anymore. So right when they step up, I'm already shrimping. Or let's say he does get the mount. So what? I'm not getting choked anymore.
Yeah, you'll take the hits.
The fight continues.
Yeah.
Well, then he goes up to punch, right? His base is off. Then I can escape. You know what I mean? But at least I can face him right here, and at least I'm not in the choking. Yeah. That's the way I think. Other people are different.
There's one that I've seen too where it looked. I don't know if it was Oliver St. Preux, where it's like he was just putting his shoulder into his throat too. Yeah, I saw one like that, and I was like, "What the hell?" He tapped. What the hell happened?
That's a Von Flue.
Von Flue. There you go, bro. I've seen that one. I was like, "There's no freaking way." I don't see it often. But I saw him do it often.
He does it a lot.
Dude, that's crazy. So how do you do that? Because I'm really interested on these different chokes.
The thing with the Von Flue choke is usually you catch it when someone's holding on to your neck, right? So there's a guy named Chad George who's pretty good. He put this guy to sleep, and because he's really good at it. That fool, he showed it to me one time. He showed me there's a way to get it where I can't even pull my arm out. So let's say I got a choke and I'm leaning back, and the guy is able to get out of my legs. Because what helps me with the guillotine choke, that's the classic one, is my legs.
Standing or on the ground?
On the ground, yeah. Right? Like if he's in here and I got his head and I'm choking him, usually my legs are good. But if he finds a way to get onto this side and he puts his arm across that crossface I was telling you, and my arm is here, because I'm not letting go, it's actually killing me. Because what I should do is start shrimping or getting my guard back, but instead I'm holding it. A lot of people do that because they think they could choke from there, but you can't. And this fool will freaking do the Von Flue, and he'll put it to a place where you can't even bail out anymore. Your arm is just stuck, and then you go to sleep.
He's just cutting circulation at that point?
Exactly. You're cutting out circulation. It's more like this driving into this right here. So it's a circulation choke.
Yeah, because I saw it, and bro, I'm like, dude, this is just putting his shoulder into his neck. And I'm like, this dude's not moving, he's not getting out, and then he's just done.
Yeah. Sleep.
That's crazy, man. I saw probably 3 highlights of him doing that. Yeah, and that's a bigger dude too, so I know that's a lot of weight.
Strong, a lot of pressure.
Yeah, bro, so that's crazy to me.
But as far as when you're on the ground, what is your best go-to submission? What is your best submission to go for?
Ooh.
There's so many.
Yeah, I know, bro. There's so many. I'm trying to get them all out of you, but
look, he just got. You guys just talked about every single submission. Which one's your go-to? As soon as you hit the ground, you're like, hey, I need to go for this.
It's crazy because coming up, I was super I want to submit everybody, and that was my thing. My thing was a triangle choke.
Okay,
it's very similar to a lot of things are pinning your arm to your neck. That's a good way to choke somebody, right? You have the arm triangles, and then a regular triangle is now, instead of my arm choking me this side, it's my leg.
Yeah.
Right? And I used to get those a lot because, especially in MMA, because I would fight, and I'm down to throw hands, and I think I know I have power for someone my size. Yeah. So when I hit fools, they don't really like it. So then they used to take me down. And then when they took me down, that's when I would land my triangle. And jiu-jitsu, I'm just scrambling, so I was able to get, and I have long legs for my division, so I was able to get triangles a lot. So that was a good one. But now I like darces.
There you go. I'm like, damn, you explained it really good, bro. I'm like, there you go.
But growing up, I was just focusing on just the triangles. But honestly, what I'd rather do is I'd rather beat the shit out of you when I'm on top.
You like brawling?
Yeah, sure. like if I'm on the mound, I'm just stop. Yeah, I think that's better. Because sometimes not all submissions are guaranteed. You know what I mean? Like you hit a submission, there's a guy that's tough and like he'll find this little piece of room just to give himself a little bit of air.
Yeah.
And then you just burn your arms out. And then now you have noodle arms. You know, you have to like know, okay, he's not tapping. Let's transition to something else, or you know.
You're ready to play. Your energy's already gone.
Yeah, that's why you gotta bail out sometimes and just reset.
Yeah. Like Poirier, I almost remember submitted Khabib, I think, then Khabib got out of it. Poirier was done. You can tell in his face.
Damn, I didn't think like so. It'll take more energy doing it than defending it.
Sometimes. Yeah, because all you need to do is create some space or a pocket of air or a little relief under pressure. You know what I mean? Like, or like if you're going for an armbar, all you need is just, you know, find a way to just lock this shit in there. And then he's trying everything to break it. Or everything to squeeze and choke you because he's got it.
Yeah.
And then you don't tap because you had a little bit of air and now these arms are like jello. Damn, bro. That's the worst.
The one that like I see for sure, bro, like a high percentage of like rear naked choke. Is there any way of getting out of that once they're in there?
Yeah. There's a lot of ways.
Like take your back completely and then they got your
If they got it synced, I mean, my coach, Coach Kenny Johnson always says you're always somewhere before you were there. You feel me? So like if you got to a point where he's already locked in, you fucked up a long time ago.
Yeah.
So, but even at that, like, I mean, there are ways to like get like if you see like a traditional rear naked choke, right, it goes out and then this guy likes to hide his hand behind it, right? If your neck is right here and you can like get this guy out first, boom. And it's really not that hard. You just got to fish for it. And once you pull it out, you extend it and you can kind of like push it over the top.
I've seen some where, you know, they're defending the hit while not trying to get choked or they're fighting the hand.
Yeah.
Or they drop the chin, so I'll see that. Yeah. Like, all right, you drop the chin. But I've seen even when they're pressing through the chin.
It goes right through there.
So it's like, what the hell? So even if you drop your chin.
That's a good submission. It's, what do they call that? Mata Leon, lion killer. That's the name of it. That's what the Brazilians call it.
When the jaw's down?
Just period.
Damn.
Yeah,
because either way, you could break your jaw.
Yeah, because the ones around your neck, so you're not gonna breathe. But this one's like, well, it looks like you're defending it, but then you're just getting pressed.
Sometimes, like you could do, like, because this is gonna hurt. So sometimes you could kind of turn your face like that. That shit hurts too.
Still,
you're screwed out of
your neck now. Your neck is hurting. You know what I mean? And some guys are ruthless, bro.
Did you watch that Charles Oliveira fight with Poirier? That rear naked choke?
Yeah.
Standing, no? Wasn't it standing?
Standing up,
Yeah,
yeah.
standing.
That feels nasty.
Yeah,
I like Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
He's from Brazil, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that where like all that originated? Is it BJJ or?
I don't know.
Where do you think that?
I think jiu-jitsu originated in Japan.
No way.
Yeah, and I think Brazilian jiu-jitsu came because this. I haven't looked up my history in a while, but when I first started, I was like obsessed.
It was all up there.
Yeah. But I know I'm not gonna say the names because I'm gonna butcher them. But this counts or like I guess in like count right. But he knew jiu-jitsu from Japan, came down to Brazil, and I don't know how they met. I forgot, but he picked a certain amount of people that he wanted to train. I don't know if it's because they had money, because I think the Gracies already had money. But the Gracies were part of that little thing that happened, right?
For sure.
And it was Carlos Gracie and Helio Gracie, and those are like the OGs. Like that's that kind.
Yeah, I've heard those names for sure.
And so they were part of the group because for a long time everybody thought that the Gracies were the guys who invented jiu-jitsu, and they weren't. They were just someone that learned it. You know, they branded Brazilian jiu-jitsu, I think, but. There's a whole bunch of shit. I don't want to get like bashed by Gracie.
Yeah, no.
But,
false information.
you know,
Hey, but look, fast check. It is from Japan. So
damn,
you do know your facts.
Hey, I'll take it. So
it's not like you're wrong.
Right? So this he taught this group of Brazilians of jiu-jitsu, and that was it. And then from there, there's teams, and like I said, the Gracies branded it, and they were gangsters though. Like the Gracies were gangsters. They were known. I mean, they had money, bro, but they'd scrap. You know.
You're about it.
Yeah, bro. They're like Helio would fight everybody. Like, and the reason why Helio was like I think as looked at as like the guy is because he was smaller than Carlos Gracie, and he would still scrap. Like, I mean, there was like stories of that fool scrapping for like 8 hours.
God damn.
Yeah, in the ring. Yeah. He ended up scrapping this one dude, okay? And the guy won. And the guy was like a student of the team, and like he left and then he came back and wanted to scrap the master. So he beat him. And then Carlson Gracie, that's who I'm under, was like, that's my uncle. Like, I need that. You know what I mean? So they freaking ran it back, and they had like 3 or 4 fights of just like 8 hours, bro. Like one the other. And like, the thing is, like, it was nuts. Like, if you look those up, man, it was just a boxing ring, and they would just scrap, no time limit, or they would take maybe a break, like maybe one break.
You bring that back or what?
That's like a lot of like stamina too, then, right?
Oh, dude,
It's probably different back then. It's probably like,
they were fighting for like honor or whatever. I don't know what the hell they were like. Imagine like you lose that fight or you quit. Your homies are all gonna make fun of you. Like.
Yeah, especially like that last name. I'm telling you, because I saw one like those old videos, like when the UFC just started, when the dudes were fighting in like gis too. It wasn't one of them like a Gracie too?
Yeah,
which one was that one? Hoist?
Yeah,
that's crazy, bro. Like,
he was the one.
cool. Oh yeah, just going back to your career. You said you were the UFC. Lights Out. We noticed NFL Hall of Famer Sean Merriman. He's a co-founder of that. Talk to us about what's Lights Out, or how'd that come about, or how'd you get into that?
So I got Sean's dope people, bro. Sean's the homie.
I was about to ask that, bro. Like,
that's crazy.
we love football too, bro.
Yeah.
So like, I know
I saw Sean Merriman. Like, that's on NFL Hall of Chargers right there.
Yeah.
Chargers,
That's Chargers.
You know, he played. He also, I think he ended, bro, in New York or something like that. Like he ended Buffalo.
Buffalo. Okay.
I think it was Buffalo. I don't know what it was. We were talking about it because I actually hold mitts for him too. He's actually a client too. So he's my boss and my client. Yeah.
A big ass dude like that.
I
I know he's huge, bro. I know he's huge.
Try to get on the podcast one day.
Hey, what's up, dog?
Yeah.
Hey, this is my boy, man. He's good people, man.
That's crazy.
He's a dope guy. But yeah, the Lights Out. How did that come about? And that promotion, just how did it come about?
So, Lights Out is actually like co-owned with Sean Merriman and a group called Lights Out, I think Media. I think that's what they're called, but the owner's name is George Bassamani. I think that's how I say his name. My bad, homie. But he's another guy that's been in like especially local MMA forever. Like I would see my older homies fight on his cards. But and the name's changed a couple of times. It's always been kind of Lights Out. Like it switched up, and I fought for them before. So like I fought before it was Lights Out. It was CXF, California Extreme Fighting, and then Sean bought into it, and then they did their thing. But I was released from the UFC, so at this point, like I'm like fighting wherever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like I only want to fight big fights. I'm trying to get to the big fights to get me back to the UFC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm kind of weird like that.
Yeah.
But they hit me up just because they're a local show. They know that I bring tickets. You know what I mean? Plus George is cool with me. They hit me up and they're like, yo man, we're starting this new promotion. Would you be down to fight? It's like, oh yeah.
What year was that?
I can't tell you. Maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. Let me see. Yeah, because we lost a year, right, with the pandemic, or was it 2 years?
Like 2 years. Bro, I swear to God, from 2019, I just feel it's 2022. Just like that, quick like that, bro.
So it was before
right before, maybe.
A little, yeah. Actually, you know what? I think the jump from CXF to Lights Out was like instant. Like I had like 3 fights with them back to back to back to back. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I don't know. 2 or 3 years, something like that. Not too long ago. Dope dude though. Like Lights Out's really chill, man. They're local. So that's cool because they give like local guys, you know, a shot, and they already have a couple guys in the UFC. Like they have gone from there to there. So the guy who I just fought and lost to, he got signed literally right after.
No way.
So it's like kind of like, if I would have just had that, you know what I mean? Who knows? Because it might. Hey, bro, everybody has their time.
And your name's already been there, so you know yourself. Like,
yeah,
your level is there. You know you're at that level.
Yeah,
like simple as that.
Sure,
Simple
100%, man. I
Yeah.
mean, I train at Black House, one of the best gyms in the world, bro.
Yeah.
And like, we get guys coming in from, like, we get UC fighters all the time because
Yeah.
they want to train at Black House. You know what I mean? Like, because of all the champions that we had and the team at Black House, like the management's always like making sure we have the best stuff, giving us the dopest equipment, bringing us the best coaches. So like a lot of guys come down there and I'm not worried about anybody, bro.
Yeah.
Any weight class. Like, with all honesty, like with all respect, like I'm not worried about anybody. Like if I lose, you know what I mean? Like I can't control that. Like I have to come to realize that, like, you know, like there's never been a fight I thought I was going to lose.
Yeah.
In shape, not in shape, partying, not partying. I never thought I was going to lose a fight, but it happened. You know what I mean? It's happened multiple times.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm not worried about anybody, you know, and I know I could defend myself against anybody. That's why I like to do like open class in jiu-jitsu. I actually want to move up in weight class. I'm tired of cutting weight. Yeah, I'm tired of cutting weight.
What are you at right now?
Yeah, we walk around.
Right now, I'm at 160.
Okay.
Like I weighed in today, I was like 160 with all my clothes
And
on.
you'd have to cut down, say, your bantamweight, right?
Yeah, I
Bantamweight
fight
division?
135.
How's that, like, cutting weight?
I've
I'm
made
sure
it,
it's brutal.
it sucks, but I've made it every single time. You feel me?
No
Like
problem,
I've done
man.
it since the amateurs. You know, like everything that I've done is just like you're just gonna do it.
Yeah, it's all about discipline. Huh?
Yeah.
How long does it usually take? Like from let's say right now, 160 to 135. How long is that going to take you?
Well, right now, dog. Right now, like honestly, like I don't know. Who knows? I mean, it really like I've done it in a week.
No way, dude.
Yeah,
What is
that's
that?
not
25
Yeah,
pounds?
no, definitely not
No,
healthy.
yeah.
Nah.
Don't do that at home.
Yeah, I've done it in a week. I've done it back to back before. One time it was when I was an amateur. And the thing is with amateur, well, when you're professional, you weigh in the day before the fight. So you have a whole 24 hours to rehydrate and do whatever you got. Right?
Like, yeah.
Amateur is the day of weigh-ins. So you weigh in, you can eat whatever you want, and by the time it's time for you to fight that later on that day.
No way,
Yeah.
dude. That's torture, bro.
Yeah, but I mean it's stupid. Like to be honest, I don't agree with cutting weight.
I don't either. I just like, why? For what, you know?
It's because
I
you
get
want a competitive advantage, or like you want to be where everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
So like
It doesn't make sense anymore. Like UFC catch weight and stuff. Like who did it? Paulo Costa. He missed weight by like 15 pounds, but he made it into a light heavyweight fight.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. People, like you said, everybody does it now, and they don't agree with weight cutting either. So yeah, how come you don't like weight cutting yourself?
I'm just tired of it, bro. Like I don't I get hangry. Like my daughters, bro. My daughters are like they're good, dog. My daughters are tight because they've been in the game for so long.
For sure, bro.
You know, but I could tell they're like, Daddy be a little bitch. Like, they would never say that, but that's just like,
That's what they're thinking.
yeah,
for sure,
bro,
right?
because I'm just like, man, like I'm already like strict on them, you know, and then, but when I'm fucking like cutting weight, dude, they're like they hate me, man, for sure.
Attitude.
What do you eat, bro? Like some lettuce, or how does that work?
You know, actually,
water,
dude,
lettuce.
I started working with a guy named Coach Matt Cooper at Rewire Performance, and he started working with my diet, and so he actually got to a point where I've actually was eating steak like days before my weigh-in. So it just takes discipline beforehand. You know what I mean? But pretty much, let's say if I had to cut weight this week, right? I would start lowering my intake to like 2,000 calories. Okay. Right? Hopefully less, right?
But that's because you know your maintenance calories, right? That's like easier like
Honestly,
that, or you just kind of like
My
eyeball
fitness
it.
pal.
There it is, bro.
But see, they don't let me like 2,000 is what they tell me to get at because I tell them what weight, but that's not going to get me to that weight.
Yeah.
You know, that's just going to help me lose as much as I can. Because at the same time, I'll be water loading. So drinking a gallon a day. Some guys will start like at like 2 gallons, like 2 weeks before or something like that.
Damn.
I start at like, let's say if I fight Saturday and I have a day before weigh-in. Okay. So I got to weigh in on Friday, let's say 10 o'clock. Monday, I'll drink a gallon. Tuesday, I'll drink a gallon. Wednesday, I'll drink half a gallon. Thursday, I'll drink like sips, like
All day.
like maybe sips. You know what I mean? Like drink when you want to drink. You know, because everything you put in, you gotta take back out.
Damn.
So you don't want to put shit in there because then you just got. I mean, some guys do that shit. Like I've fucked up before, but so no water, and that's when you start dehydrating. By then, like Thursday morning, I don't like to eat. You know, like my coach was like, "Yo, eat like a boiled egg because it's just protein or whatever. Like just get something in your body, or like little things of peanut butter." But the thing is, peanut butter contains a lot of calories, bro. So that'll spike you up real quick, especially like salted peanut butter or anything like that. Or like I think it has sugar too, so it might even spike your insulin. So it's like all kind of stuff. Like I don't really mess with peanut butter because it scares you.
Yeah.
Because it'll tell you some weight that you're really not, you know?
Damn.
So I don't eat anything that day. And then what I'll do is, cause you'll start peeing a lot, or you've been peeing this whole week because you've been drinking so much water.
Yeah.
Your body's, they say it's still confused and it still wants to keep pushing out the water. And then, so I'm peeing all day. I'm not eating. So now I'm starting to get skinny. Then I do the last thing, which is, either Epsom salt bath or sauna. And that will take like however long it takes, you know, and I like to lose 7 pounds of water weight.
Oh, okay.
I don't like to lose more than that. Cause like once you get like to 10, 15, like I've only cut, the most I've cut was 12 pounds the day before. That shit sucked. Yeah.
That'll take me like 3 months, bro.
You'd be surprised,
I swear
bro.
to God, dude. Like, I don't
Like
even think
naturally,
that.
no, dude. Yeah, naturally for sure it would take some time, you know, which, I mean, that's good because then it stays off. Because the second I drink a water or a gallon of water, I blow back. I blow right back up.
And you say you're tired of the weight you're in, or tired of weight cutting. So what's the next weight class? 155?
That's what I want to fight.
155, okay.
Yeah.
Even if you come back to UFC,
Yeah.
155?
That'd be cool. It'd be cool.
Jeez.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. Bro, like, I'm telling you, man. I
Do
train.
you even watch these guys or no? Like, 155 division? You don't keep track?
I mean, I do. I watch.
Yeah.
I try to watch every UFC event as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on whenever I face a situation. Like I have a pretty good foundation to where like I can go on YouTube and like watch someone's fight and then be like, oh, okay, that's why I can't land that shit. It's because, you know, my feet, or I'm not stepping, or I'm not moving my head as much. Like I can kind of break it down. But I mean, or I have coaches that I can go to. I have like crazy resources that I mean, I'm pretty sure if I wanted to, I can contact Anderson Silva and he knows me, you know what I mean? If I really wanted
The
to.
middleweight goat right there, bro. He's
Right?
the goat,
And,
bro.
well, growing up, he was my goat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just period. I like Jose Aldo too.
All those dope.
George St. Pierre is kind of hard to argue. And now Khabib.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't like how they just mentioned Adesanya's name in the middleweight go. Already, you know,
Oh,
I mean,
already?
I'm a big
Yeah.
Adesanya fan too, but I mean,
You can't put him in a goat
not
that
yet,
fast.
not
Yeah.
yet.
But my thing is too, like, even with Khabib, my thing is, cause he didn't
yeah.
move weight classes.
That's my thing.
So,
too.
bro, like GSP, you can
But
say
he
that.
didn't really move weight classes. He only did it once to get the title.
Yeah, but I
And
mean,
he fought Michael Bisping.
that's true. But I'm saying at least he can say like, I moved a weight class. You get me?
I think that's what
Khabib
it
like
takes,
left on like that high note, like what the hell is he gonna do next? And then,
But that's goat shit.
yeah, but can you be look
He's
at
gonna
Anderson
come back,
Silva?
though.
Look at Anderson Silva. He fought at what, light heavy also. That's what I'm saying. Light heavyweight, middleweight,
But people don't think of Anderson the GOAT no more.
bro. I'm telling you, when I
He
started
way
watching,
ended right because he ended on a fight,
He-
fight skid or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He lost like a,
Right on.
and then now he's fight. I mean, he's still the GOAT to me. Cause I see him,
Boxing now.
I've seen him spar with like, I mean, Marvin Vittori, freaking Sean Strickland, like all these guys, bro. All these
and they're
GOATs.
strikers, bro. Like
Hey,
the
homie,
scrappers.
hey, dog, he plays with them.
that's crazy.
I've seen him hit like this kick where he goes like up like that, slaps him in the face, turn and throw a spinning elbow, but stops the elbow right by your face.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really throw it. And then the guy looks at you like, I think it was Sean Strickland. He was just like, and Anderson was like, yeah.
Bro, and those literally big names in the
Yeah.
UFC right now. Cause
Right
I know
now.
Vittori,
Right
like,
now, he just fought.
Sean Strickland just fought too
Yeah.
recently, and he's a big name in that division.
bro, Vittori's it's that Italian dude, right? Italian.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
He
Italian.
just lost to
Italian
Adesanya twice, right? He lost
No.
to
Did they give him the back? Did they give him the run back? I don't think they gave him the run
No,
back.
yeah,
it was one
he
fight?
lost to him though, but I think him and Costa went at
Costa
it.
fought. Then they gave it to they gave it to him. He beat Costa.
Yeah, he beat Costa. I think
Yeah,
he
because
did.
Costa missed weight.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was that one. It was
Was it that
Vittori
one?
versus Costa. Yeah,
Actually, yeah, he
Yeah,
did fight
it
him.
was that one.
And light heavyweight.
Well,
when
they're
it's
at
supposed to be at, I mean,
it's supposed to be at
Exactly,
185.
exactly.
It's supposed to be at 185.
Acosta made an excuse. I don't even really know. I'm like, bro, I'm not.
After Adesanya beat Costa,
I think that
I
got
was
the
The
like,
way he did,
got to his
I
head,
think he's
bro.
done. I think he's done.
he is. It's always that like you see that momentum change like real quick, bro.
That fool, he disappointed me big time. I mean, he can't disappoint me.
Yeah.
Who am I to fucking disappoint? But I mean,
Nah.
I was very let down because I thought because as soon as Adesanya got the fight with Anderson, it was like, okay, let's throw him up there. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They were already trying to do that.
Like
But
passing the torch, no?
Yeah,
Kind
as
of
soon
like
as they
that
did
type
that,
of
they were like, all right,
They're
boom.
setting it up perfectly.
I wanted Costa to fight him back then. You know, and I wanted him to fight him, and I was like, Costa's gonna smash that fool because Costa's gonna go in there, hit to the
Yeah.
body, hit to the
dog.
head, mix it up. Didn't do none of that shit. Didn't do any of it.
Yeah, bro. Like he
Picked
seems
them
like
apart, bro.
it's hard, though.
yeah.
It's like the moment, you know, like that's the thing, like, that's like the X factor in fighting is like sure you can train and all that shit, but the pressure, like you don't understand, like, I still didn't realize the pressure, like going into UFC, I loved it. Like I didn't pay attention to it. Like my career in the UFC, I was just a kid, like, I made it.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I made
You're
it.
wearing the shorts. You wearing bro. That's
Hey,
crazy.
So they asked me what country I represent. I said Belize. No one represented Belize. So when Reebok came in, they made a crest for each country. So they had the crest. So they had to call the embassy in Belize, and they had to like, yo, would you guys be down with this? And like, fuck yeah, we would.
Damn,
And
bro.
yeah, dude. And I actually ended up talking to the people from Belize, and they're like, yo, man, we're super like proud of you representing like the country. And so I was like, say less, you know? So like that's something that like, yeah, I still have a couple of jerseys. I like, yeah, it was cool. But I'm like I said, I want to go back now, man, and I want to go back different, you know, because dude, like I said, I got there, dude.
You got a taste of it, huh? Now
I don't even remember the taste. You feel me? Like I had 7 fights, just go, because like I lost, and I didn't realize, like I didn't pay attention to why I lost. I was like, man, fuck that, he got lucky. Next one. I was like, next one. Like I could beat all these fools, and like I took the only fight I won was a week notice fight.
Damn.
That's crazy.
A lot of the fights, like I just wasn't like, I don't think I think it was like 3 or 4 years from when I started training to the UFC. Right. And making it there, like I wasn't really like experienced enough to understand. Yeah, dude. I started partying. Like I didn't really party coming up, but then I started partying hella hard. You know what I mean? I started messing around with shit I shouldn't have been messing around with. People that, you know what I mean? Like, but I also met a lot of cool people that I still know to this day. And I don't regret nothing, man. Because like, honestly, I'm 30 years old and I want to retire from fighting at 35. Okay. So this is my last, like, let's go.
Do it.
And the thing is, like, I train with these guys. I know these guys. I mean, I know what's up. Like, I know I can do it.
Yeah. Like you said, you're going with a different mentality. Another guy I want to real quick, Sean O'Malley. You know, he's ranked 13, but he's a marketing guy, you know. Yeah. Is that something you really want to take advantage of if you get back to the UFC? Is that promotion end of it? Because these guys really take advantage of like promoting themselves, you know, get some good sponsors. Yeah. So like, you know, would you take that approach in the UFC?
I mean, I like, honestly, if you want to become like a household name, you kind of have to. I don't think you have to be like Sean O'Malley or you have to be like Conor McGregor. I feel like you can do your own thing. You know what I mean? Especially, like, honestly, because if you get to the UFC, that means they like something about you. There's a lot of great fighters that are not in the UFC and never been in the UFC. So they see something in you that they can market. At least for the most part. They have guys that are called, like, B-side fighters. Yeah. Even though they're freaking good.
Yeah, they're probably undefeated, but they're still, like...
But they're still
no
not...
attraction
Yeah, exactly. Or not as good as we think they are. So or they're good at grappling, but not good at striking, right? So if he's a good grappler or an alright striker, they're going to put him against Sean O'Malley because Sean O'Malley is a great striker. Sean O'Malley's going to smoke him. They're going to make more money. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, for sure, I'm going to try. I want to fight those guys and steal their hype. That's what kind of what I want to do. I talk, you feel me? I talk a little bit. Yeah. I've had my fair shares of like Instagram beefs or whatever like that.
That shit gets me hyped, bro. I'm sorry. I'm a dude like that. Like, just with your energy right now, like, I know you're about that shit. You want to think about the smoke, bro? I swear to God, like, you just always want that smoke, and I like to say, like, I'm like that. Obviously not at your level, you know, but I just like people like that. You know, no matter who's in front of you, size, whatever the hell you want. Like, I know you'll go at them no matter what.
Yeah, for sure, man. You kind of have to. Like, and it's like the cool thing about fighting and jiu-jitsu and all that shit is like, it's literally like life. You know what I mean? You gotta take it head on. You know what I mean? There's probably a right approach to how to do this thing, but you gotta just go. Cause if you don't go, that fool's gonna hit you. Yeah. You feel me? Life's still gonna hit you. Yeah. So it's like, you better just fucking go, you know? Yeah. Yeah, man, I like that.
Do you think that's why your nickname is the Warrior? Because you're not scared to back down from a fight and you will take anyone out?
You know what, dude? That could be it. Alright, so speaking about Jean-Jacques Machado. Okay. With I used to train, after I left the first gym, I went to an all jiu-jitsu gym. Okay. It was owned by a guy named Master Kaiki. Master Kaiki is known, from what I hear, Master Helio, the owner, the guy, the OG of Gracie, the guy, you know, that guy said that Kaiki was his best student, like his favorite student or whatever like that. So Kaiki is actually one of the only guys that can say he teaches Gracie Jiu-Jitsu at his academy. Like he's like branded. That's where I trained. That guy, because all those OGs, they're all red belts now. Like red belts, like past black belt. Like once you get black belt, then it counts the years of how long you've been a black belt.
For sure.
Right? All those guys are red belts. They're all homies because they've been doing it forever. He's friends with John Jock. John Jock hosts this tournament, like a Christmas tournament. I don't know if he still does it, but you bring a toy and you can compete, but it's invite only. Like your coach has to know this fool. I competed in that tournament. It was, I competed. I did my division. I was only a white belt at the time. I won my division. And then they were asking, you know, anybody want to compete in the heavyweight division? Anybody
No
wanna
way.
compete in the heavyweight division? And I was like, I'm down, right? But I came with a bunch of people, so I was like, hey, I'm down. Like, it's white belt, heavyweight, I'm down. Like, and they're like, fuck it, if you're down, we'll wait for you. I'm like, all right, say less. So I hopped in, I signed in, right? And I remember the guy was writing down the names. He's like, all right, you want to do this? I was like, yeah. He was, what's your name? Albert. How much do you weigh? I was like, 150. He looked up. He's like,
he's like, you crazy, bro.
You know this is heavyweight? I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, hold on. He talked to John Jock. John Jock was like, fuck it, right? Boom, let me compete. So I did that. I ended up getting second. I had a couple matches. I ended up getting second. I lost in the finals. And then at the end of it, there wasn't really trophies. They printed out certificates. Okay. So they started calling out, right? They called my name out for my division, right? And then when the heavyweights were towards the end, when the heavyweights came out, he called out the first, second, and then he called my name. Yeah. And he stopped me, and like in front of everybody. He was like, this guy right here, that's the warrior. He's a warrior. Damn. And he ended up texting my gym. Yeah. Or emailing or whatever, saying like, yo, that guy's a warrior. Yeah. So then from there, I was like, all right, I'll take that.
And in front of everyone.
Yeah. And in front of heavyweights too. Hell no, bro. That's wild, bro.
It was a pretty cool experience. I didn't realize what it was till I realized who the hell Jean Jacques was. Yeah. But like, it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? I've never trained with him, but he's an OG for sure.
That's sick, bro. For real. Cause like, I mean, like, I'm telling you, bro, like, I'm just feeling this, like, this dude's about it. Like, cause we were trying to research like a lot about you before, bro, like for sure. And you just never know someone, through a screen or through something like you really, but just seeing how you are, dude, like I know it's going to be no problem, like getting back into the UFC. Cause no matter what, like wins or losses, bro, like I already see it's like just mental. Mm-hmm. That mental part of it, like I hear all sports, all athletes, great talent, you know, D1, whatever it is, but mentally they just couldn't handle it. Right. You know, for a good example for football was like Johnny Manziel or shit like that, you know, where it's like this guy's going to be our guy. But just mentally wasn't there. But when on the other hand, if you feel like the guy that's not getting as much hype, or even if you did, but not like a number one dude, right? This guy's like always trying to eat, always hungry, right? Like a dog never being full.
Tom Brady.
There it is, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm a huge Patriot fan, so there you go, bro. That's my bread and butter, bro. That's my bread and butter, bro. I swear to God, I'm a huge Tom Brady fan. So that's that. I like those type of dudes. Like I resonate with those type of people because no matter what, like when you've had your lows, your highs, you knew what low felt like, so it's only going up from there, bro. I love that shit, bro. I know. I can't wait. Like if you go back, we'll be hyped, bro. 100%. 100%.
We'll be right there ringside.
Yeah, bro. Let's go. We'll try to get there, bro. Like as much as we get now, but we try to support, bro. Like especially you showing love to us right now, man. Like we're like that right now. We're trying to get our stuff started. You know, get as big as we can. You know, you've already reached a high in your life. We're trying to be like that in our field. You know, so. We appreciate the love,
taking
bro.
a chance on us and just applying to us and just coming through. You guys have anything else before?
I mean, the routine, right? The same thing that we do at the end of every podcast.
I hope you can say no if you want. We want to do one thing with every MMA combat guy, or we want to take a hit from you, bro.
A punch? Take a punch?
Punch or a kick. You pick your poison,
we
bro.
have the shielding, so you don't have to worry about that.
We did it before with like...
We did it with the boxer, our podcast before.
It was a punch.
We want to get hit, bro.
But we be different with MMA, maybe.
You're our first MMA guy.
All right.
At first I was going to say like, I want to get choked, but then I'm like, nah, never mind. I thought about it, bro.
Yeah, I was like...
Since the day we messaged you, bro, I'm like, I just want this dude to like just choke me
Yeah,
out.
well, you don't gotta go to sleep though.
Wait, what's before going to sleep? I just want to know the levels to it.
Your arms? You said your arms.
I'll just see God for a little bit.
Yeah, your vision starts to tunnel. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It just starts getting cloudy, and then
You'll wake up though.
We
Yeah, you wake up.
We didn't just talk about 10 submissions, but I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, bro. I was thinking about that all week. I'm like, what's the best? Like, I want to get hit. Do I want to get kicked?
Yeah, you can feel what a darts feels like.
Damn, would I be down, bro?
Move some furniture real quick.
Yeah, it's easy, and you won't go to sleep because the thing with darts is like it can put you to sleep, but the thing is it takes a little bit of time because what puts people to sleep is either oxygen or cutting off the arteries, right? The blood flow. Those are the two things. Sometimes you don't do that shit. Sometimes.
Wait, hold up. Let me put 911 on speaker. Just real quick, bro. Do you mind?
He says arteries like if it's nothing.
No, I'll try it, bro. So I'll just tap where I feel like
Yeah, because it hurts too, though.
I'm still down. I'm down, bro.
Yeah.
But he's really about pride, so I feel like he'll just.
Nah, I'm gonna tap.
Yeah, this guy, you know.
I'll tap though. I'm not done. I'm not done. I want to try. I just want to see how like.
Yeah, for sure.
Hold up. Before we leave, do you have anything you want to shout out?
Yeah,
your team, some acts you want to. We'll put them in the description.
Oh yeah,
your team, bro. Your camera over there. Shout out.
So let's see. Shout out to Black House MMA, all my teammates over there, all my coaches, Coach Kenny, Sensei Ilan, Dr. Park. You guys are all dope. Shout out to the Movement Boxing and MMA, Coach James. You're dope. You're the man. Carlson Gracie South Bay, Professor Andre Vasconcelos, and all my homies over there, all the dogs. Shout out to Vibes. That's my current sponsor right now. Vibes Rolling Papers. For sure. You know, cookies. Down. Down. High Rollers, BJJ. These guys, right now, these guys are putting on dope, like, Kumite style tournaments where you just pull up and you could smoke and vibe out while these fools are competing. It's pretty cool. It's actually like got me re-inspired to do jiu-jitsu. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to Team Warrior. Shout out to the Black House members. Chris, everybody. I'm talking about girl Chris. Shout out to you too, Chris. So yeah, man, shout out to my kids too. And shout out to you guys, man. You know, the biggest thing is like, how you say like the ups and the downs and been to the highs and whatever. Like something that like Nipsey Hussle said was like, you know, obviously it's a marathon, right? But like there's a song, I should know it, but I'm drawing blank.
I probably know it. Which one is it?
It's where in the beginning where he talks about like, or actually I think it's somewhere in the middle where he's talking about he's been through every emotion. You know what I mean? I've been through every emotion. That's the difference between me and anybody that has gone what I've gone through is that I've been through every emotion. I felt like, you know, he said, what I imagine is felt like quitting. I felt like I wasn't going to make it. I felt like this. I felt like that. But as long as you didn't quit, he made it. You feel me? So it's like, just gotta just go. You feel me? Like when shit feels like it's not going, you just gotta keep going, bro. Every freaking day. You know? That's dope, bro.
Yeah, like you said, we believe in you, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You'll get back
Huge
to the UFC
fans,
for
bro.
sure, bro.
Huge fans, bro.
Appreciate
Huge fans,
you.
bro.
Now we gotta do some dirty work.
This arm. Okay. Right? So a good way to cause that to happen is you put your knee on the stomach.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's called knee on
Go
the
ahead,
stomach.
bro. Go ahead.
Right? So I'm gonna put my knee on the stomach. And I wanna put all my weight. I'm not gonna do it so much, right?
Yeah.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna push this off. So when you push that off, right, you're gonna go to your side.
Damn.
So that's when I'm gonna shoot this arm through here. Boom.
All right.
Okay. Now from here I gotta adjust it because if I just go from here, it's not that tight.
Bro, I can't even tap.
Right? So I want to get this guy as deep as I can. And I'm right here. Okay, so now see this right here, that's going to be choking you. And this is going to be, this kind of hurts because it's my blade. Okay, now from here I like to sit out and I'll hook your leg. And I'm just going to squeeze.
God damn, bro. I think I saw God for a little bit, bro. God damn. Dude, it looks so simple, bro.
Yeah.
Is that quick?
Yeah, it's crazy. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
He got red quick.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, it hurts too, bro.
Dude, literally just the setup.
Really?
When you turned on my side, I felt like this shit was like hurting my neck. I swear to God, bro.